It is currently 2 in the morning on Halloween, and I felt like complaining about video games. Rainbow Six Siege is a bad game with awful developers, but it's not Valorant. You see, Valorant and I have had a complicated love-hate relationship over the past month or so that I've played it. It's a very fun game, and it has the ability to make me want to play it. But shit like that happens. I know you're saying to yourself, but Xenon, that's the gunplay. You're just not used to it, and you're never going to be. But the problem with that is I think that this game exists for a very niche amount of people. It exists for CSGO players that want to know what it feels like to forget the bullet spread of the gun every fucking time you shoot it. Now, I say this because, as you probably know and have heard from many different sources, Valorant's gunplay, more specifically its bullet spread and its reset time, is randomized. Well, I guess the reset time isn't randomized, but the bullet spread is randomized, and that is fucking stupid. No other game on the market does that, and I don't think any other game ever will. And I know you commenting on this video, you're not the first to point out to me that comparing Valorant to Siege is like comparing apples to oranges. I wouldn't really recommend comparing Siege to CSGO. That's not what I'm doing. I don't want to compare the two games. I just want to give my perspective on a game with wonky gunplay from the perspective of somebody who plays a game which, in my opinion, has the best gunplay you can find out there, coming short of 0 Hour, because that's basically just Siege on crack, because the gunplay of that game is so fucking good. I don't know where I'm going with this. If you couldn't tell, this video is unscripted. As I was saying, if you shoot a gun once at a wall and shoot to the right or the left of it from the same distance, don't move an inch, don't move your character, don't do anything, the bullet spread will be different. And that is just, it's really not good for a competitive game, because one person firing could just get better bullet spread than another person, and it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Not only that, but you can't memorize this, so you're kind of just grabbing at straws hoping your bullets will hit them. And that also doesn't make any sense to me. Why, if they're trying to be a CSGO clone, which they are, why not just copy everything? Why do you have to make these changes that make the competitive integrity of your game worse? I don't understand Valorant's thinking here. But if you think that's the end of these problems, boy do I have news for you. The reset time for guns in this game makes absolutely no sense to me, and I don't think it makes any sense to anybody else. I will shoot someone, and I will then change my spray from that person to the teammate standing next to them, assuming that my bullets will go where I want them to go, because it's been a good, half a second since I shot last. But the second I shoot this gun, the bullets are still where they were when I was aiming at their teammate. In every other game, the bullets will reset basically as soon as you stop firing. But in this game, your gun will move down on your screen. You'll think that your bullets will go where you want them to go, but they're still in their recoil pattern, and I don't understand it. Even games that are often compared to Valorant, namely CSGO, have much smoother and more predictable reset times than this game. If you don't believe me, or just simply haven't played CSGO or seen anybody play CSGO before, just Google it. You'll see immediately that it's glaringly obvious when your bullets will go where you want them to go. Because as soon as the gun is on the bottom of your screen, as soon as it's back to its original position before you fired, the bullets will go where you're aiming. That doesn't happen in this game, and it bothers me. Another personal gripe that I have with Valorant, I mean, maybe it's not personal, maybe it happens to a lot of people, is honestly just the abundance of ping issues is far greater than any other game that I've played. I have fairly good internet. I would say like 600 megabits per second download speed. I don't know what my upload speed is. Doesn't really matter. But in this game, for whatever reason, I just cannot stop lagging. Honestly, I'd say good like 5 minutes on repeat, I get lag spikes. And just watch this. And if the problem was me, I would just shut up and take it. But the fact that this is clearly a receiving end thing, and that it's the Valorant server's problem, it just pisses me off. Because why is a game that is supposed to be the next CSGO running on complete dog shit servers? The biggest problem that I have with Valorant, though, is that this dog shit game keeps bringing me back, because sometimes, a very rare few sometimes, I manage to do things like this, and it feels so cool to do this. But on a real note, one of the most annoying things about this game, I can't joke around anymore. It's so annoying to deal with this. It's the fact that when you're getting shot at, you can't fucking move. I know that this was implemented into the game to somewhat regulate the amount of fighting that goes on, because you don't want people just running away from fights nonstop. But come on, in any other game, or God forbid I compare this game to real life for 1 second, if you were shot with a bullet, what would you want to do? Sit there and take the rest of them, or fucking run? In this game, well, I guess they chose the former, because that's what you have to do, basically. If your gun's not pulled out, if you're using your knife, you're honestly just screwed in a fight, because it takes a good second to pull out your gun, and you can't move an inch when you're getting shot at, so you're dead. Anyway, time to wrap this. I don't know. It's a differently paced video than what I would normally make, because if I were to do a commentary video on like anything, I would probably script it beforehand. I was just sitting here. I realized that I hadn't uploaded in a long time, and I was like, fuck it, I want to get something out. So if this type of video, just kind of me sitting back and talking about whatever I want to talk about, interests you, let me know, because it's kind of the easiest to do for me, and I mean, it's fun to make. It's currently 3/19 on Halloween, and I'll be seeing you. Oh my fucking god, you can't move in this game.